My name is Caleb Leverett, and I've got a question that I've been asking for several months now. And my question is, what is your position on Title IV funding? And this question is being asked of the four prominent candidates who are running for deadbeat Ken Paxton's position as Attorney General of the state of Texas. What is your position on Title IV funding? Joe Jaworski, Eva Guzman, Lee Merritt, and George P. Bush. What is your position on Title IV funding? And for everyone watching this, if you're not familiar with what Title IV is, as was I back in the day, I have since sobered up and learned, and I'm one of those guys that have felt the brunt force of what it actually is. I'll tell you. You might ask, what is Title IV funding? Well, Title IV funding is money that comes from Washington, D.C. It comes from an act, from the Social Security Act. It's Title 4D, Section D of the Social Security Act, passed back in the 70s. Every single state in the nation all receive dollars from Washington. The Attorney General's office in Texas has about 2,000 employees under the Child Support Division. It's probably a little bit more, a little bit less, but it's about 2,000 employees. And their sole job is to make sure, at all cost, to make sure every divorced parent with children in Texas gets in the system and one or the other will pay child support. One or the other will pay through the Attorney General's office in order to be dispersed to the other parent. And the incentive is for every dollar they get off of the backs of divorced parents, Washington, D.C. sends them about 70 cents. So, ironically and weirdly enough, Ken Paxton himself is the only person who has even mentioned the notion of Title IV, though he claims to be powerless to do anything about this unconstitutional thing that goes on, even though he's famous for suing presidents in the past over and over and over for various unconstitutional things. Ken Paxton's position is you need to go to your legislatures. You need to call up your representative. All 30 million Texans need to just call the, 200, however many representatives there are, and they're just going to listen to every single one. It's bullcrap. It's part of the system. They're all part of the system. So it's pretty obvious that deadbeat Paxton is out. He's got two prominent Republicans running against him and two prominent Democrats running against him, of which I, for the last couple of months at least, and if I've missed something, if they actually have answered these, then I will gladly eat some humble pie. I just don't think they have. I haven't seen it, and this is kind of what I do. I'm kind of like bored here, and it's been a little hot here in Florida, and so I follow these people, and all four of them are on the campaign trail. They're in Texas trying to pander to every one of their mindless drones, their voters. And I would love for each voter in Texas, if you're a divorced parent or if your children are divorced and you've got some grandchildren that are involved in the system, ask your favorite flavor of a candidate for office of the Attorney General. What is your position on Title IV funding? Please find a way to ask them that. Tag them in their various social media. They're all out there kissing babies right now, doing these town halls. Ask them on camera, what is your position on Title IV funding? In one way or another, they're going to give you an answer. If their answer is to ignore this question, well, there's your answer, which is what it is so far, hence the reason I'm even making this topic, this video about probably the most boring topic that any activist could ever talk about, which is Title IV funding. And if you would, try to get them on camera to answer definitively. Don't let them give you one of these, oh, I'm just so glad you asked me, what is my position on Title 4D funding? That's a really good question. Well, I'll just tell you, Texans can do better. We can do better than this. I did this in my career, and I did that, and they'll just sit there and grandstand. They won't answer a fucking thing. Make them answer the fucking question. What is your position on Title 4D funding? And if I can't get any of these four prominent people, Lee Merritt, Joe Jaworski, Eva Guzman, or George P. Bush, to actually go on camera and take a stance and actually grow a fucking backbone, I will personally, if I have to, go see Manchurians myself, which I was going to do anyways, and I will, since I have the opportunity, I will go to wherever your little powwows are, your little town halls, and do my best to get on camera, show my face, give my name. No, there's no violence here. I'm not threatening anything like that. I'm going to be armed with my camera. Yes, I'll put you on camera and ask you a question. What is your position on Title 4D funding? And it's just so funny. I just keep on asking these people and tagging them over and over and over, and they don't seem to care, which just tells me that this left-right paradigm bullshit, they all universally agree and decide to stay silent on what is your position on Title 4D funding, because your silence is deafening. One minor edit here. Boomers, your Social Security money goes to the states in order to employ these AG workers, these child support workers. Ken Paxton himself brags openly about collecting $4 billion, with a B, $4 billion a year. Just doing rough math, 70 cents on the dollar, that's $3 billion of your boomer tax-paid Social Security money over your entire career goes to pay these employees of the OAG in order to keep their jobs. That's how they are incentivized. So boomers, this is for you too, because you're the ones paying for this also. And you're the ones who are closer to hoping to get something back after all your years of paying into the system. That's part of where your money goes. Inside, like a blazing sun, you don't want to see because you're having fun. But those who control all the information celebrate and lie to the people to keep them watching. And the walls come crashing down as the war at home reaches your town. You have no choice, it's safe and clean. We all submit to the war machine.
system's right, the